Well, look who came up off the floor. There is Mr. OM Management.
Management in the broom closet.
In the broom closet. It's where we used to keep all the copier paper. No, Jacob's in there now. What is it again you do for a living?
It's easier to do it from the floor, is all I'll tell you.
That's I know. What is it you do for a living since you left this show?
I am. My title is executive producer.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that, Andrew?
Andrew's nodding.
Is anybody aware of any of that?
What, it is.
What was that?
It's a very fancy name.
It is a fancy name. What is it? We don't exactly know what it means.
If I keep doing it and I do it well, one day they might let me be assistant program director.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Is that, do you have aspirations for that?
I won't say no if it's offered to me.
Okay. Oh
my.
Oh, wow. Oh my. All right. Well, the reason you're in here is because you are my manager. I answer to you and to you only.
Okay.
Jacob. Is it Jacob?
That's right.
Okay. All right. So here's what happened. The Seattle Police Department needed volunteers to be able to drink alcohol or smoke marijuana, which I believe is legal. And because they need to do field testing. So they need volunteers to come in so they could teach the police officers how to do sobriety field testing.
Okay.
That's the idea. So I said yes as a public service thing, that I agreed. And my buddy Dave, former Seattle police officer, also agreed that we would just get totally baked on the 9th of May. And I guess we should have run it by you first before I agreed to do this as a public service. And then a bunch of listeners wanted to also come in and hang out with us and get really stoned.
Okay.
So where is Bonneville when it comes to this this type of activity for public service and public service only?
Yeah, because that's the one thing I know about you, John. Your public safety very important to you, particularly public safety on the roads. You're constantly advocating.
I'm like Don O'Neill. I have a big blue light in my heart.
You're always advocating, particularly things like HOV lanes and parking where you're supposed to. These are big things that are important to you. So I know that this is your motivations can only be pure.
Follow the line every time. What's the rule? I'm there. If that's the rule, there's a good reason for the rule.
Yeah, that would be. I think it's clearly a very important thing for people's safety, is for police to be able to correctly identify whether or not someone is stoned. I guess the question is they need sincerely stoned people for this?
Yes. The same thing with alcohol. So the way it's kind of crazy. Normally, the police officers volunteer their wives to go in and get drunk and then get tested, right? So Patrick, who used to be the producer before he left and then became a police officer and making some of himself. Although, what do you do again? So he's the one that called and said, hey, would you do this? And then my buddy Dave said he's doing it, so I'm doing it. So we're all in there. The thing is, I just want to make sure that I'm not going to get in trouble with Bonneville. I believe they're one they own the station.
That's another thing that you're just constantly always been on top of.
I don't want to get anybody in management. I don't want to stick out.
No.
All right. So what's the rule on this thing?
I am personally very excited to see how this goes for you.
Oh, good.
Yes, in my capacity as a manager, the less I know, the better, really. So I'd prefer to be left out.
It's time for you to leave, just like everybody else in KIRO. All right.
John, do you know? Are they going to allow us to take video?
I would assume so. It's a public service.
We got to be getting
Patrick on the phone. Ask Patrick.
He said he wouldn't come on. He said he can't talk about it.
But can we do video? I'm sure we can do video. We'll black out people's faces or something.
That is another wonderful aspect of this, is that your former producer Patrick was presumably posed with the task of who do I invite to get stoned for me, and or you should ask him how high on the list were you? Were you the first person he thought of?
It was Dave.
Oh, okay. I see.
Dave,
he's
my buddy, right? So Dave, my cop buddy, has retired. He's gone, and when he was a police officer, and when he was a Marine, or still is a Marine, right? They weren't no marijuana, nothing. He never, ever. He retired, came to a party we had out at the barn, and I watched him smoking this joint. I was like, Dave, take it easy on that. He's like, what? He was smoking like a cigarette, like just plowing right through it.
Wow.
Yeah, and I go, you kind of pass it around. I don't need to do that. I'm blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, well, I'll check back in an hour. Yeah. It was bad news. So when he got the call from Patrick, would he be involved? He said yes, and then he immediately said, let me get Curly in there.
So
that's what happened. So there was. But again, can we videotape it, and then can we play some of me in a slightly altered state on the radio. Is that going to be allowed?
As a public service.
As a public service.
Yeah. What's interesting is that I think you guys get away with a lot on your radio show because
no one's listening because the time it's on. Right. Yes.
Once you put it on the internet, they somehow are more aware of what's going on there. So it's something for us to continue to talk about. But that's where
But have you heard?
lie.
Does anybody else know that we're going to do this? And is it made its way up the chain to? I forget who else works here that's in charge.
I think rumors are percolating.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Yeah.
All right. So then I'm going to do it on the 9th of May. He said it's going from 9 o'clock till I don't know
4.
when. Till 4?
4 p.m. Yeah. So you essentially have to take the day off.
You also this is what you also need to ask.
I got to smoke pot from 9 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it.
That's crazy long time.
You got this.
Wow.
That's a work day, almost a full work day.
It is.
Are you bringing your own weed too?
You have to bring your own weed. They're not allowed to provide you with
What are
weed.
you bringing?
Whatever I get from you.
Okay. What's your preferred method of?
I like cherry pie or wedding cake.
Edibles, flowers.
I'm going to do flower. I'm going to do out of a big bong. I'm going to bring a big bong. I'm going to make it myself out of an old pipe and a bunch of other things, an old inner tube and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah. All right with that?
I'm very excited. I just don't.
Go on, be a manager. You're going to become a manager.
We're not going above you to ask anybody about
Exactly,
this. So
This is it.
I'm the only line of
You're
defense.
signing off on this?
I would like to. Right. Can you give me?
You got to get out of here. That's close enough.